Welcome to Uplift You. This month is focused on marketing yourself and your career. This is a special edition where Christina and I share hints and tips that we have found on positioning your LinkedIn profile and building up presence so that you're seen and heard.
So on my journey, I've been networking and luckily happened upon a woman from LinkedIn who works for LinkedIn. So
Always handy
she
to have those.
spent, yeah, it really is. See where these things land? So she's been very helpful and hosted a nice meeting where she went through a little bit in more detail of how LinkedIn works. So let me share that with you guys now. So in regards to the About section, if you are in a senior position, i.e. someone who's been in their career for maybe over 15 years, it's best to speak in the third person. Also, add what you have learned, such as skills and your company profile. So any of the skills that you've managed to pick up along the way, add that in. Also, it does help, like Amy had mentioned, to have images in terms of your photo. And it's also good to have the background photo as well. So
That's
that
the banner that
yep.
you have across, yeah. So I think there's actually a stat that we can kind of share around the impact of having a photo. Let me just find it. So profiles with pictures can get up to 21 times more views than profiles without them.
There you go.
So that's quite a lot.
Also, just some LinkedIn posts information. So when you do post, it's best to post on a Monday through Wednesday in the morning, preferably. That helps with the algorithms. Personal stories and authenticity helps as well, kind of grow your followers. Posting frequently helps and also gets your identity and branding out there as well. So I know it's hard, but it's worth it.
And once you start, it does get easier.
It does.
It does. Just marginally, but it does get easier, like kind of less intimidating.
Yeah. Hashtags are helpful as well. Up to 6 or 7. Yeah.
Cool.
I think those
I've
are some
also,
brief points.
yeah, I've also picked up some other points as well, kind of from looking at how people can market themselves. So the one actually suggested putting your email in the about section in LinkedIn because that's not always discoverable for people. So if you're applying for jobs, but also like you said, if you're looking for opportunities, you want people to be able to kind of contact you directly. Questionable whether you're going to get a load of like people that you might not want, so it might be worth testing that and seeing kind of how that goes. Use your headline to make people stop and take a closer look at you. So if you don't know, LinkedIn will just take your job title until you actively change it, but you can change that headline to say whatever you want to say. And so it's worth really thinking about what is the thing that might actually get people to kind of stop and open your profile and have a look at you as well. You can also personalize your LinkedIn URL. So if you check your URL, mine actually just says Amy Mercer, so it says my name. I was one of the few people to be on LinkedIn very early on when it first came out. But sometimes it has numbers and letters and blah, blah, and that means that it's not always discoverable for kind of people. So it's worth going in and updating that. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is set to public as well so that people can actually find you.
Thanks for listening to our special edition on all things LinkedIn. Make sure you stay tuned and look out for other career resources that will be available on the community group.